Danielle Allentuck, go ahead and start us off.
Hey Josh, congratulations on being Player of the Week. What was your reaction to finding that out?
Um, Corey was the first one to tell me, and I was definitely shocked. I wasn't expecting to win it, but it was a goal of mine coming into the season to win Player of the Week. So I saw that, and I was very, very excited and very humbled.
And we've talked to a couple times this past week, but just what has it been like for everything to just kind of come together for you all at once?
Yeah, it's nice knowing that your hard work pays off, and to know that my failures in April amounted to something. Because I feel like you always have to learn from your failures. But it feels nice. But the thing about baseball is it's such a long season. You can't. We have a game today. We're playing UW, so yeah, it's great. And I have a lot of people texting me, my family, and all that stuff, and I'm definitely going to cherish this. But at the same time, it's like the next day, got to go back to work. So I'm excited to try to back it up and see if I can do it again.
Right. And this team has been having some trouble on the road. What do you think has been the issue? Has it been frustrating for all of you?
Yeah, of course. You look, we don't like to look at those numbers too much. We know what it is, but it's tough. It's tough coming from Coors. Coming to the sea level, I feel like we always go to San Diego or San Fran after Coors, and that's tough. The sliders, they spin more, and the fastballs they're up, and guys, it's tough getting used to, but something it is what it is. We come from Coors, we gotta play hard and win these games. So we definitely notice it. We notice our struggles, but I think it's just grinding, and we've been playing better baseball lately, hitting the ball better. So hopefully this road trip turns around.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to Thomas Harding. Thomas, go ahead.
Yes, Josh, if you can kind of put in the words, what were the biggest adjustments that you felt got you better?
Yeah, I think is just sticking to my normal approach up the middle. I feel like I was getting a little too pool happy in my previous weeks. And this week, I just wanted to focus up the middle and stay on the baseball. So I think for me, it's that simple approach. It's not really, too mechanical, but it's just sticking that approach and sticking up the middle and just worried about hitting the ball hard, not worried about, what he's throwing, what he's got, what I'm hitting, or any of that. Just hit the ball hard up the middle. And that seemed to work.
Yeah, yesterday was obviously a strange day, and I'm sure one you probably don't want to relive very often. But what was the mood after that? Obviously, you guys had a chance to win a series, didn't quite work out for you. What was the mood there, and was that a tough one to get over, or is it just you just have to, and you don't really kind of rate the losses as this one's really bad?
Yeah, I think immediately after the game, the guys feel it. The guys knew, especially because we were in control of that game, up until the 8th inning. And a lot of us felt like we were going to win that series, especially going in the 8th pretty easily, and it didn't work out. So, immediately after the game, I think guys felt it for sure. Guys are pretty pissed off, and I feel like, that's a game where you look back and you figure out, how can we learn from this? How can we get better so it doesn't happen again? But I think, today it's a new day. It's a new series. Yesterday's over with. So we got you Darvish today, and we can't be thinking about what happened yesterday. Yeah,
the last couple of games, obviously, all the headlines yesterday were about the bullpen. I guess the headlines the night before were kind of about the offense. So does it feel like, I guess, one thing goes well and one thing doesn't? Is that kind of the frustrating part of it so far?
Yeah, the best teams in the league, they get it done both ways. And right now it seems like we're every other game kind of doing the opposite. But yeah, we notice it. We notice that we got to put together, and that's what great teams do. And we're striving to be a great team. And there's no doubt about that. Whatever the scores are and whatever happens, we are striving to be a great team. So that's just something that you have to overcome. And I think it just takes individually every guy to kind of dig deep and say, hey, what do I need to do to get better? And I think, I think a lot of guys are on board with that. But at the end of the day, you know, we got to have results.
You know, in baseball, hot streaks are going to come, cold streaks are going to come. But how much does maybe the last week that you had kind of reinforce you that you can get out of a cold streak?
Yeah, it's huge. And, you know, I've dealt with that in my minor league career. You know, I've started slow and I was like, am I ever going to get out of this? And I usually do. So it definitely feels nice to have that in, you know, the big league setting of, hey, you know, I had a really, really bad April, but I was able to make adjustments, and that gives you confidence knowing that, hey, no matter what, I can get out of it. So that was huge. And to get out of it the way I did it means everything to me. But yeah, you just got to keep going.
All right, we'll go to Patrick Saunders. Sorry, Thomas, we'll circle back to you if we still have questions. Patrick, go ahead.
Hi, Jess. Congratulations on the award. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Speaking of the text from your family, did you get a text from a certain cousin?
Yeah, we had a little group text going, and yeah, they were congratulating me and all that stuff. But you know, Nolan had a really good week too. I think he hit like 3-4 homers in a row, so that was sick. But just
Yeah, but you were better, right? So what are you going to do?
Yeah, he just got outdone. You know, that's just the way it goes. But but obviously, yeah, you know, he texted me. He was really happy for me.
That's really cool. You mentioned to Danielle the need to start producing offensively on the road. And this is nothing new. It's historic that the Rockies have had this struggle. What in your mind, not just for you, but for the team, when you go to a San Diego or a LA or a San Francisco after being at Coors, is there something you guys can really do to produce some more offense? Because it's too much to ask a ball player to totally change who he is.
Mm-hmm.
But what are the things you guys can do to produce enough runs to win on the road?
Yeah, I think it's not so much ball flight. You know, the Coors effect or whatever, I think is kind of bogus, to be honest with you. But you know, people say what they want to say, but I think for us, it's the pitches. You know, it's just so much sharper in sea level, especially nowadays. You know, every guy's got 3,000 spin rates, so it's sharper. The fastball's got a little more life, and the curveballs break more. So I think for us, it's just getting used to that. You know, it's getting early and seeing machine and seeing that break and knowing that it's going to break more and adjusting to that. And I think that's, you know, no other team deals with that, I feel like, except for us. So, you know, we have our work cut out for us, but, you know, it's something that I think we're starting to notice, and we're starting to be like, hey, you know, maybe we'll do more machine and do that spin rate to see it. So, you know, the first time you don't see it is in the game. But other than that, I think, you know, it's just, you got to get out there and play, man. You know, it is what it is. You got to know that it's going to break hard, and you got to know that spin's coming.
Thomas asked you essentially about the mood of the team, and you said, yes, frustrated, but now we're over it. You guys have told us ever since spring training that this is a very tight-knit group of players. You guys are forming a really good bond. But when you lose heartbreaking games like that, and you guys have lost a lot of 1- and 2-run games this year, is that starting to take its toll on that camaraderie, that feeling, or do you think you guys are still, you know, bound together?
It's definitely not taking a toll. I think we're just upset at the result, you know, not so much individually, because, you know, it's baseball, and man, everyone fails and everyone has hiccups and everyone screws up, and, you know, people blow saves, people strike out with bases loaded. You know, it happens. And I think once you start kind of getting guys individually, I think that's when it crumbles. But that's definitely not us, man. We have to pick each other up. And I think our core guys, you know, Mac, Trev, Free, guys in the bullpen, Bart, I think they know that the only way for us to get out of this is to stick together.
Cool. And one more for me. I think we're supposed to talk to Connor Joe here in a minute. He's had a heck of a run too. What kind of energy, what kind of impact has he had since he got more playing time when CJ went on the IL, and now Adams is on the IL too? What, from your vantage point, what has he provided you guys?
Yeah, well, from what I see a guy who loves to play, a guy who's got a pretty good swing, and he's always smiling, man. Joe's and his smile is hilarious with his big mullet. But not even, the fact that his energy, obviously, we come up as a rookie and just like I was, you want to have a lot of energy, you want to play, but he's a good ball player too. And I think that's the most important part is the guy can swing it. He's got a great eye. And he wants to win. He wants to work hard. So, you see that with him, he's bounced around a couple of teams and he knows how to grind. I feel like we got a few guys on our team like that, but most importantly, I think he's a good ball player.
Great. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, got to go quickly here. Josh can go get on MLB Network. We'll go to Kevin Henry and then finish with Owen. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, Josh, quick question. So let's talk about one of those moments of joy. I think whenever you guys get on base, it's the knock celebration. Is that what Rymax said?
Yeah, it's Daza and Trejo came up with it's a little base knock.
Okay. All right. So a lot of pictures of you have had the two up. Is it basically single, double, you get the two knock then, or?
Yeah, the double is the two, and the triple, we haven't really come up with anything yet. When Hampton's the only one that's been hitting triples, so we'll have to get on that. Yeah, but the double is double knock for doubles.
And can you just talk about what that means? I mean, just those moments when you can kind of celebrate with your teammates even though they're not right there with you.
Yeah, I think two things. One, hitting is really hard in the big leagues, especially now. Hitting's very, very hard. So when you get a base hit, I'm all for celebrating it. I know sometimes, I'll like kind of flip my bat, and that's not anything disrespectful. It's just I'm excited. I got a hit. It's really hard. So I love the celebrations. Giving it to the team. Everyone's kind of involved and everyone's excited. You just got to hit. And when you look at the dugout and everyone's giving you the knockback, it feels really good, and you want to chase that feeling. So I think that's why most teams kind of incorporate that.
All right, man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll finish up with Owen. Owen, go ahead.
Hey, Joshua, I got a few quick ones here. Are you still going with Joshua? I think you said you were changing your name.
My name is Joshua Luis. Yes.
Okay. Well, could you just talk about the range of emotions you went through this week, starting off, coming out of St. Louis and taking a couple games off, and then finishing the way the week wrapped up for you?
Yeah, that's kind of been the buzz around the clubhouse. Is like, wow, Josh had a unbelievable 180. but yeah, it was I finally just I kind of mentioned this before, but yeah, I finally just kind of let it go and just wanted to play baseball and have fun again. And yeah, that kind of changed my whole outlook, to be honest. Even now, the other day I struck out and I was like, whatever, I'll get him next time. And that, I think definitely for me, that has to be the attitude. So yeah, that was crazy. That was a big roller coaster. I think from now on, I would like to keep it pretty steady. But yeah, that was awesome.
The team certainly seems to be playing better, and a lot of that I think is players with less experience. Do you see something happening with those guys who have less experience? And you may be part of that. You may be on the cusp, but some of that less experienced group that's sort of finding themselves right now.
Yeah, I definitely feel a part of that. I still feel like I'm a baby in the big leagues, but yeah, me, Daza, Nooney. I mean, these guys we're finally getting real opportunities to kind of showcase our talents, and I think that's what every baseball player needs, man. You need opportunities and confidence, and I think we're starting to go out and have some confidence, and I think it's obviously very early and early in our careers, and I think I truly believe that we have some really good players here, man. But it just takes that confidence of the young guys getting some experience, failing, learning, and also having success and being rewarded. And that's the only way to build that.
And lastly, some of, as the team gets healthy again, you can probably anticipate some more competition for playing time and even roster spots. Are you looking forward to that collectively, to have that internal competition coming up as people come back?
100%. I mean, we have Freeland come back, obviously B-Rod. I mean, B-Rod's a great player, man, and he can help us. And I think, obviously everyone wants to play, but you have to play well to play. And there's no gimmies here. Story and Chuck are the only guys and maybe Tap are pencil in every day for a reason. Those guys are the best, but all of us, we're grinding against each other to play, because that's what we want to do. But still at the same time, B-Rod's still one of my best friends, and Hampson and Mac, they're my best buddies. So I think it's good, healthy